Alright, so today we're doing a video on CCleaner. I did a short on this, but we're going to go into a little more depth on this video right now. So we got a multitude of options, as you can see. First one is health check, so it scans your PC and it reviews the results, right? So what it does is it basically just clears out your cookies, clears out trackers, and clears out some junk files that you have. So once the scan is finished, we'll take a look. As you can see, there's a pro section. We'll take a look at that as well. So you can see 520 trackers removed, 1.4 gigabytes of junk removed, and we have the pro section, speed and security, but we don't have access to that right now, unless you pay. You can go into more depth, click on that little icon, and it'll show you. It'll remove cookies, remove your history, and temporary internet files. So if we go click on the little space icon, we can see it clears the recycling bin, your temporary application files, and your temporary system files. After make it better, you'll see it's empty. Trackers removed, junk removed, and we can move on to custom clean. And custom clean is pretty self-explanatory. You just go through your Windows install and your applications, and you could select the different options to remove certain files in those specific areas. So you can see Google Chrome, Opera, Spotify, and whatnot, right? And if I went through and I selected those and then click Analyze, you could see I have nothing to remove out of that query, but we would click Run Cleaner and we would remove whatever we did have. But I had done it recently at this point. Moving on to Performance Optimizer. So this page is useful, but also kind of lying to you. So you can see that it's showing you all these applications that are active and telling you you're not optimized. But let's go into a little more detail and actually explain what this means. If you try to click sleep, you can see that it pulls up the paid premium page. We don't want to do that, so we'll just click no thanks. So instead of clicking sleep, we'll actually click on the actual program. We can ignore it if we want, or we can view more details. And you can see that the service is disabled and the scheduled tasks are disabled. However, the registry run is still enabled, and that's why it's popping up as an active program. Although, if your service is enabled, the program won't run. So realistically, OneDrive is disabled for me. You can see I have sleeping programs here, and these are programs that I've went in and disabled the service. So if we go back to the main page, we see that I have GOG enabled, Steam enabled, and that's because if these services are disabled, then the applications may not launch properly. However, if you had the paid version of this and you click sleep, then I'm pretty sure it wakes the applications properly and then puts them back to sleep after. So if you want to do this, you could either pay or you could just do it on your own, but you would have to manually do it. So if we come over to Driver Updater, we can see all my drivers are up to date. Now these are system drivers, not necessarily like graphics card or anything. I've ignored a few because they're pretty much the same, so it won't update them basically. So I just ignored them so I don't really see them. So this is the registry cleaner. So if you scan, basically it will look for useless files from programs that you might not have anymore. As you can see, obsolete software key. We'll just click Fix All Issues and we'll move on to tools. And these tools are useful, especially if you're not very computer savvy. You could always download this program, and it's kind of like an all-in-one tool. So obviously uninstall, you go through, you can uninstall your programs. Software Updater, it allows you basically to see what programs it has access to that it can update for you, and it basically just brings you to the website and allows you to do the update. So if we move on to Startup, we can see you have your Windows programs that are starting up. You can decide whether you want them on or off. Schedule tasks, you can decide whether you want those on or off. Next, we have the context menu. Pretty self-explanatory, programs that'll pop up in the context menu. And this page shows you your Windows services. And like I was talking about earlier, if you turn services on and off, programs will have a hard time starting, so be careful what you do with this. There is a way to access this as well from your PC, so this is just kind of like a less scary way to look at it, because when you go into the services menu, maybe the average person might be kind of freaked out by it. So if we move on to browser plugins, it's pretty self-explanatory. Click Google Chrome, you can see I have plugins. You can turn them on and off from here for some reason if you want. Disk Analyzer, pretty self-explanatory. You select which disks you want to scan, and it'll just scan them and it'll show you everything on your disk in a maybe more digestible way for you. So Duplicate Finder, it finds duplicate files on your drives. Again, you can select which drive you want to look at. I would be careful what you delete here unless you know exactly what you're looking at in this pathway. You can come over to System Restore, And if you have restore points, again, you can do this through your computer itself. You don't really need this program, but if you don't know how, you can use this program. And then a drive wiper. Again, you can do this on your computer, but this is a more accessible way. Finishing off with settings and whatnot, all the license key stuff, upgrade if you want to do that. It's kind of expensive. I would just use the free one. And overall, CCleaner is a good program if you need a bunch of built-in tools to help you optimize your PC. However, I use other tools, and I will be showing you those tools in future episodes. So drop a like, subscribe, and check back to see those episodes with those other programs. Thanks.